On the 3rd of May at the Beck Theatre, you can catch Walk Right Back, the Everly Brothers. It tells the story of the most successful duo of all time, the Everly Brothers. On the line now is Luke Wilson, who plays one of the brothers in the show. Hi, Luke.
Hello.
Now, for anyone who doesn't know, of course, the Everly Brothers were an American singing duo from the late 50s and 60s. Give us a brief history of the Everly Brothers.
Yeah, so I think they were always brought up together, singing together, and I think their dad taught them to play guitar, and they had a radio show, and that's sort of how they found fame.
And that was mainly in the 60s. What are the song titles we might know from that time?
Yeah, the best known ones, Kathy's Clown, Wake Up Little Susie, All I Have to Do Is Dream. Bird Dog's quite a big favourite as well.
And many groups cite the Everly Brothers as an influence, I suppose because of their tight harmonies, but also there weren't many duos around at the time.
Yeah, there wasn't many. I mean, I think the Isley Brothers were still around, but other than that, there wasn't many, and I think they've influenced everyone. Like, we wouldn't have had the Beatles if it wasn't for the Everly Brothers, and all the way up to Keith Richards cites the Everly Brothers as an influence, which is amazing.
Now, their success happened in the 60s, and through the 70s and early 80s, they basically split, didn't they?
Obviously, 15 years of touring takes its toll, especially brothers, been together their whole lives, and they were very different people, and come to an explosive end, and 10 years later they got together for an Albert Hall reunion show, which was amazing.
So tell us about this show. What's the format?
So the first half focuses mainly on their rise to fame and through touring. We've got some friends coming along in Buddy Holly and Roy Orbison, and from their early years all the way up to their split, and then in the second half we recreate the Albert Hall concert.
So the brothers basically relaunched at the Albert Hall.
They did. I think it was a very special place for them because while they were split up, their dad passed away, and one of the last shows they did was at the Albert Hall, and their dad was there and their mum was there, so it was a very special place in their hearts. So I think they always loved being in England as well, so it felt right for them to come and do it over here.
So you're joined in the show by some special guests. You've got Buddy Holly and Roy Orbison. Who plays them in the show?
Buddy Holly is played by our lead guitarist. He's called Tom. He's a young lad, and he's incredible. One of the best guitarists I've met. He's a really nice guy. And Roy Orbison is being played by a guy born and bred American, Lars Pluto, who is incredible. He's a veteran of the theatres, and he's the social glue of the group, and he's incredible. He plays Boudleaux Bryant as well as the narrator of the show, so he's got quite a lot to do during the show. Now,
the show's touring around the country. How's the early shows been going?
We get great feedback from it. I think it's new. It's not really been done before. I think that's why it's selling. It sells really well, and we get so many great compliments after the shows. I think because it's new. It's like, I can't think of another theatre show that's done the Everly Brothers before. It's amazing.
And is that partly down to the songs, do you think? They are just timeless classics, aren't they?
I think, it was quite a long time ago. Like, their first single came out 60 years ago. So you think it would have, a lot of songs from 60 years ago you wouldn't know now, but they're still alive and well. Even Buddy Holly, he was only famous for a couple of years, and people are still singing along to all of his songs. So I think it's everlasting.
And what sort of audience are you getting? Is it the older generation, or does it attract younger audience members as well?
We've had a real mixed bag, really. I think I expected a lot of the older generations, obviously, because they were there as it happened. But then, we got into it through my dad, and my dad's in his late 40s. So I think it was his dad brought him up on it, and he's passed it on to us. So we've had people as young as 12 in the audience singing along to all the songs. It's crazy.
And I gather there's a story behind how you were discovered for the show, that you are actually brothers, and you were doing an Everly Brothers tribute act.
Yeah, I think we were very lucky. We were just doing it for charity gigs and things like that, and then we got spotted by the official fan club of the Everly Brothers, and they invited us over to Holland, and we did a show there which my stepmother filmed, and the guys from That'll Be the Day, the producers of our show, spotted it online, and we got an email the next day. It was brilliant.
Must be fate, you see. So there we go. That's Walk Right Back, the Everly Brothers story, at the Beck Theatre on the 3rd of May. Good luck with the show, Luke, and thanks very much for chatting to us today.
No problem.